Okay, here is Memanto's repo. We just launched at the beginning of this month in May 2026. We got a good amount of stars and a lot of forks and clones of the repo. And we also have open issues regarding our bounty program. So we had this integration with Crew AI that happened last week. And now we're going to follow up with the new bounty is integration of Memanto and LangGraph. So I give a quick intro. The goal and objective is to help the LangGraph workflow and create an actual workflow that uses Memanto to store and retrieve memory outside of whatever a standard LangGraph state is. And we will be judging them based on the skills and how well they work, and also the feedback from the community. So for that, we asked PR submitters to also submit it on social media and get feedbacks from other developers. So that's how we're gonna score them. Without further ado, I'd like to invite Kirtana and Rasa to tell us about the state of PRs. I think they're gonna tell us how many responses we've got so far. And we tend to look at every PR and study them and get in touch with the developers. And so we have a lot of items. We're trying to close this by end of this month. So I'll just pass it to you guys to explain where we are and give us some updates on this.
So we've gained quite a lot of traction with this bounty. So currently we have 85 pull requests. And then we have 22 posts on X that have been made about it. We have 7 posts on Reddit that have been talked about. And then we have 5 posts on LinkedIn that have talked about this bounty. And out of the 85 PRs that we have, 29 of them include demos as well. So now I want to briefly talk about the metrics that we use to judge. So the main PRs that we look at when it comes to judging, we use social media traction to determine which ones to judge. And we definitely try to look at other PRs, but the ones with a high social media traction are going to be the ones that get a thorough review. And when we are looking at the types of integrations for the PRs, there are some that we would think are valid, and then there's some that are not valid. So one example of something that would not be a valid integration is, we call it a not integration, where the PR has a workflow that directly calls Memanto and then manually injects the return prompts into wherever it's needed. And we don't think this would be valid because it's not actually integrating anything. It's just using Memanto in a regular LangGraph workflow. On the other hand, one integration that we might think is valid is a tool-based integration, where we wrap Memanto functions such as remember and recall into tools that can be provided to the LLMs for them to call.
Excellent. Thank you so much. That was a very good intro and explanation. Now, Rasa, do you have something to add? And would you like to share the screen?
Yeah.
To give us some look at some of those PRs.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try to be going a little bit more into technical details, but like we can sort of split the PRs into a few categories, because there isn't only one valid way to do an integration. You can do tool-based. You can also create your own Memanto nodes, and those nodes can be part of a graph. There's also an option that not many people looked at. There's only just a few integrations that do this, but there is like a LangGraph checkpoint saver. And you could have like a Memanto saver, which automatically checkpoints your data and saves it over to Workshop. So I'll just be going over a few of the PRs. So I have done a little bit of analysis into how much social traction some of the PRs are getting. So I have a bit of a list here. So some PRs got a lot of traction. There are some of them that have gotten lots of Reddit posts, upvotes. Some have gone up to like 10 upvotes and gotten 10 comments. And like some of them have gotten a lot of likes on Twitter. So that traction is good. The PRs, as Cortana said, which have a lot of social traction, will be looking more thoroughly, but I'm just going to pick out a couple PRs which we think are very good, just to show what exactly we're looking for. So this is PR 505 by Mitchell. So we can see here, they've pretty much gone through the entire checklist. They've started the repo, they've made X post, a LinkedIn post, a Reddit post, and very importantly, they have a demo. So what we see in like a lot of PRs when they do demos, the demos aren't, I guess, valid, or instead of showing the actual workflow, they'll show maybe like a couple print statements, more of like a mock workflow.
Yeah.
But instead of a mock workflow, we're looking for a workflow which actually shows you going through the examples and showing exactly all the steps. So it's loading right now, but this is a good example of someone who's actually gone through all the steps live to show how everything works. And then another one I want to point out is PR 480 by Min Dutran. So I want to point this out because they actually implemented multiple integrations in one. Because there are multiple valid integrations, in reality, we're likely going to merge multiple PRs so that we have multiple different integrations, and then users who want to use this integration can pick and choose what they like. So this integration has actually made both a Momanto checkpoint saver and implemented Momanto tools. And they've even went ahead and sort of made a change on the actual Momanto repo for changes they like to implement. So these are kind of the quality PRs that we're looking for, and we'll be trying our best to look through the PRs, and the ones that get more social traction will obviously give a more thorough look.
Actually, it happens that this increase of the window size of the characters for individual memory is something we wanted to do as well. There was one of the bottlenecks that we encountered as well, right?
Yeah, they pointed out a change that we've actually, I guess we've missed. Something that we implemented on Memanto, but not our SDK.
Yeah. And so Memanto, we did it actually. It's actually has a higher character count, but the SDK was not updated. So this is a very good catch. This is the kind of stuff we really looking for the contributors to find out and help us improve. Yeah.
Yeah. And I haven't looked through all the PRs yet. We're just doing a general review. So by end of the month, we'll be looking at the top 10 highest social media points. So in like the bounty message, you state exactly how we're scoring, how much social media traction we determine a PR has, and then we'll look through those PRs, and then we'll also be trying our best to look through the other 90 or so, and multiple PRs can be picked.
Very good. Very good. We appreciate all the help. And for those who are interested to help more, I just want to let you know that we're going to close this and send the reward by end of this month for sure. But we also have another one announced, and this is the one that I really like personally. This is another opportunity if you want to get involved. If you know about Matt Pocock method, he has a YouTube channel and he's very well known. He came up with this philosophy and ideology that I really like. It's simplifying the skills, really perfecting each skill in as few sentences as possible, making the language of coding skills very clear, so the AI agents know what they're doing at every point of time. So I've been following his work very much, and I really like to add a memory to the workflow, the system that he built. I think when you start using it, what is missing is a good memory system that ties everything together. And this is our third bounty. We just announced it's open right now. It will be continuing until June 12th. There will be some cash prize, and we will be judging that on productivity multiplier. Basically, the goal of this entire memory and agentic skills is to increase the efficiency of context management and reprompting and efficiency in productivity of the workflow. And also we're gonna score on code cleanliness, which makes the job of Rasa and Kirtana much easier to be able to really quickly judge the PRs and get them integrated and bring them on as contributors to the project. And also social validity, because the whole objective is to build a community around us. So it's really important for us to, if you like a project, if you get involved, let others know, bring more people, more brains, and into the building the AI memory that really agents love. That's basically where Moto is. So yeah, that's it. We will stay tuned. We will have more updates coming by end of this month. We will be probably recording it live when we do the judgment and we release the bounty, and we will keep working on more interesting projects. So the link is below on the YouTube. Please feel free to join us and give us feedback. Thank you very much. Bye.